This is what the inside of someone's nose looks like through an MRI, a normal person's nose. And this is the inside of my nose. I've been dealing with breathing issues my entire life. I've been a literal mouth breather since as long as I can remember, literal child. So I have a condition that's very common in the United States and the world, and it's called a deviated septum. Now, my case is much more severe than your average person, and it's stacked on top of some other issues like enlarged turbinates and poor drainage through the sinuses. As a kid, I had tonsils that would get absolutely inflamed all the time. Adenoids would be way larger than they're supposed to be, would always get inflamed. Had those both removed, didn't help. So as you could tell, there's a lot of blockages historically in my breathing area. So I decided, after years and years of struggling to breathe, to the point where I've conditioned myself to essentially hold my breath for minutes at a time as just a normal part of my day. I don't even think about it anymore, and as a result, I've unintentionally trained myself to hold my breath underwater for extended periods of time. I tried in 2017 to get this issue fixed, went to a doctor in Buffalo, New York. They had me go through extensive allergy testing because it's cheaper for the insurance to pay for allergy tests than actually addressing the problem. Isn't that funny? The guy with the problem is entrusted with his opinion on what's wrong. I said it wasn't an allergy thing. It's regardless of whether I'm inside, outside, multiple states, in the middle of the ocean, or the fields, out in the woods. It's all the same. Anyways, they did the test. Looked hilarious. Got stuck with like over 100 needles. Anyways, they didn't find anything wrong. Did nothing. Whatever. Fast forward to now, 2023, when I am an adult and I can go to the doctor myself and explain what's wrong. And my primary care physician referred me to a specialist. I got to see him, and the rest of this video is me finally going in to get surgery. Now, I have 3 surgeries that I applied for and was recommended by the specialist, and that would be a septoplasty, which straightens the septum, the bridge between the 2 nostrils, as well as a turbinate reduction. Turbinates are a fleshy growth, I guess you could say. Everybody has them. It's somewhere in there, in the nostrils, in the sinuses, and mine are larger than normal, and they're essentially doing a liposuction to preserve the functionality of the, I guess you can call it fleshy growth. It has something to do with smell and moisture regulation, I think. It'll retain its function, but it won't be as obtrusive. And then finally, I'm getting an endoscopic sinus surgery, which essentially means they're poking holes in there to allow for better drainage. All 3 surgeries at the same time, and this doctor is absolutely amazing. Huge shout outs to this guy. Anyways, we're gonna go through the process together, so let's do it.
Heading to the surgery center now, and this is probably the last time for 2 or 3 weeks when my face just looks normal. 2 black eyes and a broken nose, stick shoved up here, probably. That sounds fun. By the way, Fezzi, this is supposed to be B-roll.
So I just got back in the car after dropping Brandon off for his surgery, and I had to acknowledge how absolutely anxious this person was. I had to watch him do his paperwork because he was signing off on the wrong things and checking off on the wrong things, and he was sitting in the back, in the hospital bed, like getting prepped. And I thought it was so funny because I'm so used to Brandon just being Brandon. I'm not used to, being around somebody who's perceived as a celebrity. So me sitting in the bed and having like 4 or 5 different nurses coming up to him being like, so this is the celebrity, this is this, like him signing things. And you thought you were gonna drive home from this? Brandon thought he was gonna drive home from this. I was like, you are an insane human being. He has no clue I took this video either, so he's gonna...
Hey guys. I'm just out of the surgery center. Apparently I repeated myself like 4 times with everything I said, including Anesthesia is a hell of a drug.
I was talking to you and then you asked me when Taylor was gonna be there.
It feels like I'm coming down fast, but I don't think that's the case. I think my time
You said
perception.
That is another thing you have said.
My
about
time
4
perception's
times.
affected. From my perspective, it's been about 5 minutes since I woke up. I don't know.
It's been about 30.
Yeah, okay. So very interesting. I do feel a little bit of airflow through the nose despite the splints. I'm gonna try
You're
my
not
best
supposed to.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best not to do that. I am very tired, heavy above the eyes.
You're swollen.
And I was told everything went well. They told me before the surgery it's gonna feel like I just kind of blinked and woke up. That is the case. The surgery started at what, 11 probably?
No, darling. It started at like
12? Okay. It's hard to look at the camera, but I feel okay. Just a lot of pressure here, up here. A little prick in my arm from when they gave me the IV. But let's hope that it worked. I'm not gonna find out for 2 weeks probably because of the stints. What did I say when I was acting a fool, as you described?
I'm a very persistent patient. The first time you said it, I was like, does that mean you're a good patient? And you went, I'm just persistent. And then you said it like 3 or 4 more times. And then at one point the nurse was trying to tell me how to take care of you when we got home, and you were still acting a fool and talking. And I just had to start like petting you and like shushing you like a child.
I don't remember any of that. That's hilarious.
Oh, another thing you kept saying was, oh, I'm definitely coming down from it now. And then you would like repeat something you said 3 minutes ago. You did that about 3 or 4 times. I think you got a little bit of slice of humble pie when you went to sit up.
Yeah, and then when I sat up to get into the wheel, they wheeled me out on a wheelchair. I felt fine until I got up and I felt very, I wouldn't say dizzy, my body just kind of didn't listen to me and it wobbled. So I stepped into the bed in the preparation area before the surgery. They gave me an IV, gave me some pain meds, I believe some kind of steroid, not the bad kind.
Hospital gown.
Hospital gown, yeah, I changed into a hospital gown. And then they wheeled me into the second room and then they put a drug into my IV that's supposed to be amnesia. Well, it's supposed to induce amnesia. And they said everything from this point forward you're not gonna remember. But right before that, one of the nurses had me write a little note for her son, and she asked to give life advice. And my little token of wisdom was to learn programming because it rewires your brain for problem solving, which I think is very beneficial. After they gave me that drug, sure enough, don't remember much after that. Anyway, I was told they put a tube down my throat. And I'm glad.
An air tube down your throat.
An air tube? That makes sense. I'm glad I don't remember that because that sounds really gross. Oh, and they gave me a very, very small microdose of fentanyl. That scary drug. I didn't even know it had medical purpose. I thought it was just a recreational thing that's a big problem in the US, which it is. But this is a very controlled amount, which is good. I'm getting a smoothie. The cold is awesome right now. Hi guys. I got an ice pack on my eyes, and there's a cat here. I'm not sure which one. I'm gonna guess Cosby, yeah. So for those curious what's happening right now, we changed the gauze because they got very gross is all I'm gonna say. The nostrils are stuffed. I'm not gonna get into. I have a tissue. But yeah, it's really just a headache. I would say, as far as headaches go, maybe a 6 or a 7 out of 10, and the stuffy nose. Considering how little I could breathe before, this isn't all that much worse. Hello, Titan. But this recliner is a godsend. Thank you, Dad. But yeah, the idea is that a lot of the gunk that's in my nose is gonna drip down, which is gross, but that's what's supposed to happen. So you maintain a 75 or 45 degree angle. And I'm listening to Courage the Cowardly Dog right now. Yeah, I'll update you guys if something changes. Hello. It's been a day. It is 6 p.m. The next day. So I've been laying in this recliner pretty much the whole time. I could not sleep. Post-surgery insomnia is a thing, and it sucks. Also, this completely stuffed, obviously can't breathe, And I have to be
45 degrees.
45-degree angle. So, yeah, it's been fun. But luckily, I finally managed to sleep when I got a milkshake and then put the eye mask thing back on. Even though my head doesn't hurt, the pressure just for some reason helped me sleep. She got scratched because she was holding tight just as the food thingy went off.
My foot hurts, Dork Nozzle, not my scratches. I'm gonna tell the camera what I did this morning while taking care of you.
Oh yeah, the fridge. She opened the fridge and then the door, one of the shelves broke. So a bunch of condiments fell out and a salsa broke. And it shattered on her foot.
I was thinking about it too yesterday. I was like, what if something happens and I'm a dork and I have to go to the hospital and I can't take care of him?
Hey buddy. Hey guys. It is 2:30 in the morning, so I'm gonna try and keep it quiet. But holy crap, I've hit a new stage of recovery. The nose, it's stopping bleeding. It's not bleeding as much as it was, but the floodgates have opened and my sinuses are emptying into my throat. And I got to a point where I could almost not breathe anymore. So I'm gargling salt water. I think it just hit me now that I'm recovering from 3 surgeries independently of one another, all at the same time. It wasn't just a septoplasty, it was a turbinate reduction, and my sinuses are now opened up. So yeah, this is a tough recovery, guys. It really is. It's not that fun. I have to keep elevated. I have to constantly replace the bandages, and now gargle with salt water. Speaking of, let's do that now. It's very hard to sleep, obviously, but I'm gonna keep my spirits up. This is just another stage of recovery. At least there is some airflow, actually, a little bit in the nose. I'm trying my hardest not to, but accidental breaths come through. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted if anything else changes. This is day 3 of recovery, and I've noticed things have changed yet again. Very dry. There's no need for the gauze anymore. I'm not dripping. Hey. We got some saline from Walgreens. It's coming in clutch. I have an eye mask on so that I could sleep easier. Luckily, it doesn't touch the nose. And I'm wearing my noise-canceling headphones right now because things get loud at 4 a.m. in this house because of the Roomba over there. I think that was the last night I'm gonna have to sleep in this chair elevated 45 degrees because no longer am I dripping constantly. So I think I could go back to my bed, which would be great because my sleep has been terrible. Still can't breathe at all through my nose. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm probably not gonna get a good night of sleep until the stints are taken out on the 21st, which is in a week. So, wish me luck. I am miserable right now. I can't sleep. I can barely eat. I'm nauseous. I can't poop because of the opiates. I tried sleeping in my bed. No, can't sleep in the bed. I thought I could, but no. I have this ice pack thing I have on my head to try and help. It's not. Hello, it's time for an update. It's day 4, and I'm happy to report I finally got a full night of sleep. Oh my god. It actually happened. Also, the camera is very zoomed in right now. Mucinex, godsend for this. As it turns out, before this surgery happened, breathing through the nose, as difficult as it was, I at least had like 10% capacity. I could at least sniff. You'd be surprised how much 10% matters, because when it went to 0, I lost the ability to sleep, like genuinely. I could not sleep. So, Mucinex, saline, I was able to get, again, about 10% efficiency, just a little bit of a sniff. And because of that, I was able to fall asleep on the beanbag chair. Not quite ready for the bed yet, but I got 7 hours of sleep. And I feel so much better. Like, that's the first good night of sleep I've had in 5 days. Like, genuinely. Your eyes are not deceiving you. I am streaming Fallout New Vegas. It is the 18th now. It's been a few days. This morning was the first time I A, got a really good night of sleep, and B, woke up feeling normal. Yeah, I think we're getting pretty close to done here with recovery. There's not as much discharge coming out of my nose, but there is some. These things are finally getting taken out. The stints are getting taken out on the 21st. You could probably tell I sound fairly normal right now. Okay, last update before I get these things out. You could probably hear it. My voice is a lot more clear. I still have some stuff here, the splints, but airflow is fine-ish. Now it's the splints that are in the way of breathing. There's not as much mucus. There's still a lot of mucus. I stopped bleeding today. When I put, tissues, tried to clean the inside of the nose, no blood came out. So, A, looking good. And my cat, hello. Hey, Cosmic. Oh, and by the way, the more that I heal, the more annoying the splints get, the more noticeable the splints get. At the moment, it feels like an ingrown toenail, but like here, like at the bottom part of the nose. It's like the plastic is digging into... I just got back home in the bedroom. There's no more blockage. It's over. Now I have a lot of bloody snot rockets, but other than that, it's done. The splints are taken out. They were huge. Of course, no audio recorded because the stupid camera got stuck in double speed, or what is it, slow-mo, 2x slow-mo, and it didn't record audio for the second time. So sorry. Shout out to Jeremy Rogers, that's the guy's name that did my surgery. He did an excellent job. He said my recovery is going great and that I was very clean in here compared to most people, because I had a strategy where I would spray saline and then take a little piece of tissue and slowly rotate it in, not shove it in, rotate it in and let it sit. And then I'd pull them out and then I'd get some gunk out. So very clean. He also took a little instrument and he sucked out some material that he'd left in my sinuses. I didn't know that was even there. So that's what was showing up on the screen there. But yeah, man, it's over. My voice sounds clear. Now, granted, there's a ton of mucus in here that's going to be flushing out over the next week. So I have another week before I go back in, but now it's pretty much over. And after a week, I get to go back to the gym, biking, strenuous activity, whatever. Just no sports because I don't want to get hit in the nose or in the face. So no football for this guy. And that's kind of par for the course. I'm gonna wait a little bit to see if I get any more crazy updates, but I have a feeling this is just about it. This is, unfortunately, since there was no audio, when I was in that clip there, I said that was the most full breath I'd taken in my whole life, was the one straight after he removed the things and the sinus. I just went, like it was a full breath. And I'm telling you now, as someone who's lived with this issue my entire life, I was breathing at about a 15 to 20% efficiency. 10 to 15% efficiency, now that I think about it. Like, it's not even close. It's a night and day difference. If you have issues breathing through your nose, seriously consider going to an ENT and do your research, because I did my research, and this dude was very highly rated, and he did specialize in sleep apnea, which I might have also had. My sleep quality might go up because of this, because I snored. Maybe I won't anymore. We went and got ice cream as soon as we came back from the doctors, and I could smell the cold of the ice cream, the salt in the caramel, the salt in the pretzels, because there's a pretzel caramel crunch. So good, by the way. But like, I can experience everything differently now. Like, I literally can taste better because I can smell now. Like, the ice cream tasted different. It was actually a different flavor, and it was better. What else? I also did some research. Stuffed up sinuses can affect your hearing negatively. So when that flushes out, maybe my hearing will get better. My voice is going to sound less nasally. I mean, even now, it probably doesn't sound that nasally, but there's still a bunch of gunk that's going to flush out over the next week. Again, I was told by 1 week from today, that's when this is done. And then there's like 3 months where I can't break my nose. But yeah, it is a night and day difference. And again, it costs a lot of money. It's looking like it's going to be about 11 grand. Insurance did not cover the sinus surgery. I decided, frick it, I'm just doing it. I need this. I'm doing it all at once. Get it out of the way. And I'm so glad I did. Oh my God. But yeah, it was $2,000 for the septoplasty and for the turbinate reduction, which hopefully I explained earlier in the video. And then it was $4,000 because it wasn't covered for the sinus surgery. And then the professional fees, aka what the surgeon gets paid, my dude, he only got like $2 grand. Shouldn't he be getting more? And then the anesthesiologist, about $3,000. And that's not counting the like roughly $500 I've spent between various doctors' visits back and forth, getting a CT scan, getting my post-op, pre-op, all that stuff. The drugs, the pharmacy. That was actually covered. It cost like $3 to get like $300 worth of pills, so that's kind of good. If you have breathing problems through your nose, you're not crazy. You are not complaining for no reason. There probably genuinely is a breathing problem. That lighting's a lot better, by the way. But yeah, I would suggest visiting the ENT, bring up a septoplasty, bring up turbinates. Turbinate reduction is a thing. And then bring up the sinus surgery, poking holes to allow for better drainage. That's everything I got done. You may not need all three. You might need only 1 out of the 3, maybe 2 out of the 3. But I got all of them because I got just about as bad a nose as you could get, besides, one that's crooked, completely facing the wrong way, because then you need a rhinoplasty, then everything else after that. But yeah, I'm breathing in 4K now, like genuinely. I could smell the fabric of the beanbag chair I am sitting on. That isn't normal. I could not do that before. So this is a big deal. This is probably a monumentous occasion. This is a turning point in my life, I would say. Yesterday was the 5-year anniversary of just about the worst thing to ever happen to me in my life in 2018. And yeah, this is one of the best things to ever happen in my life. I'm not someone that gets emotional. I didn't happy cry there. If you saw any tears, that was because they had instruments shoved up my nose. But if I was an emotional person, there would have been a happy cry. But I'm a cold, soulless individual. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this journey. It was something for me. It was a tough recovery process, but we made it through. And oh my God, dude, it's so much better. It is so much better. Like, I have to teach myself how to automatically breathe now. I'm still manually breathing just because that's all I know. I've never gotten the chance to just autonomously. But anyways, I guess that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.
Real quick before the video ends, I should let you know this recording is about 4 months after the fact. It's been a little bit, and I will say the rumors are true. Your nose does revert back to where it was before to some extent. My breathing is still infinitely better. I would say, I think in the video I said 15% of normal breathing is what I experienced pre-surgery, and then after I experienced 100. Now I'm sitting at about a 75, which is not perfect, but it's way better than where I was, and I am still infinitely grateful for this procedure, and it changed my life. I still, to this day, 4 months later, have to remind myself I don't have to sit there at my desk holding my breath for minutes at a time anymore. I don't have to mouth breathe anymore. I can wake up without having a mouth that's like the inside of a desert. So yeah, absolutely worth it. If you have a deviated septum or any related nose breathing issues, I would highly recommend you go and see your primary care physician and at least ask about it. Do some tests. I'm not promoting people get surgery just for the hell of it. You would know. If it's a problem, you will know. Trust me, I did. My entire life I did. So yeah, look into it. Seriously.